This is The Scoop for Monday.
I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines.
This is what democracy looks like.
Demonstrators came out in cities across the U.S. and the Tampa Bay area on Saturday to protest President Donald Trump. You're hearing some of the chants from the No Kings demonstration in Gulfport, where 200 people lined the streets along the downtown waterfront. City Council member Marlene Shaw wore a hat that had a pin that said, "Vote."
I'm here because I believe in America, I believe in democracy, and I believe in freedom and unity.
What does your sign say and what does it mean?
It says stand up and be counted, and you'll see that I also wear a pin up here that says vote. And I used to just put that on during election times, and now I wear it all the time.
Not far away, thousands of No Kings protesters lined the streets of St. Petersburg near the Tyrone Mall. WMNF's Leah Burdick reports emotions were high.
On every corner down 22nd North and 66th Street North, this busy intersection was filled with hundreds of protesters on the sidewalks with signs about what No Kings Day means for them. This protest was focused around how people are afraid of an authoritarian takeover and how they do not support President Trump's actions. Nicole Castaway says the executive branch is becoming too powerful.
There is not one man that is going to dictate everything. Not one man that is going to make the laws and make the rules. There is 3 branches of our government for a reason.
She was one of dozens who came out to fight against this fear of losing democracy. Participants were impressed by the outcome when the corners of Tyrone Mall and McDonald's ended up stretching down the block in both directions. Justin Parmade became emotional when he heard about how big the protest became.
It really makes me proud to be from St. Pete, and the fact that we all definitely showed out like this, it's a great city.
The support didn't end there. Cars were honking while driving by, and the businesses were handing out free water for those participating. There were no altercations, everyone was peaceful, and demonstrators felt pride in their community. For WMNF News, I'm Leah Burdick in Pinellas.
The Ledger says 1,300 people showed up at a Lakeland No Kings protest. The Bradenton Herald said hundreds showed up in Manatee County, and the Sarasota Herald Tribune reported that more than 7,000 people lined the waterfronts in Sarasota. Thousands of people showed up to the No Kings demonstration in front of Tampa City Hall. WMNF.org has photos. Across the country, millions of people marched in more than 1,000 events. Activists rallied outside the Pinellas County Jail on Saturday to protest the detention of Rosa Patishtan Gomez. WMNF's Chris Young reports this rally comes as many rallied against deportations and the Trump administration over the weekend.
The 30-year-old mother of 2, an undocumented Mexican immigrant, was detained on June 5th in Tampa.
She doesn't have a criminal record. This is someone that should be allowed to stay with her children. We need to stop the separation of families.
Ruth Beltran is an organizer for the protests with the Tampa Immigrant Solidarity Network. She and others called for Patishtan Gomez to be returned to her children and family and for deportation efforts to be stopped. The protest was the same day as many across the country protested No Kings Day. Law enforcement in Florida threatened to crack down on these protests, with Governor Ron DeSantis even saying drivers can hit protesters with their cars. But still, Beltran says resistance is important.
Remember that our protests have been peaceful and that we have the right to hit the streets and to have dissent against the actions of our government.
Patishtan Gomez's hearing is set for Tuesday. Chris Young, WMNF News.
Florida finally has a budget for next year. Lawmakers are set to vote on it this evening. It arrives more than a month after the official end of the legislative session, and it comes in at just more than $115 billion. House Budget Chair Lawrence McClure says finding revenue from the federal government made things hard.
So hopefully next year's legislature and future legislatures will be the beneficiaries where otherwise they would have been making equally, if not more, difficult decisions than we did this year.
They landed on a $1.3 billion tax cut. A big chunk of it is eliminating the business rent tax. It also includes yearly tax holidays for hurricane and back-to-school supplies. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible today with highs in the low 90s, partly cloudy with a chance of rain overnight and lows in the mid-70s. Then tomorrow, mostly sunny and hot with a stray shower or thunderstorm possible. Highs will be in the mid-90s. I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.